Me no know.
Yes, we're calling from Marshmont in St. James. We have an incident happening here. A shootout was going on and a young man got shot. So we are calling to make a report. You know how fast we can put and reach up your eyes. Okay, alright, thank you.
Welcome to Crime Time News and Entertainment with a Buzz. The voice note of the edited video that you just heard is from an incident that took place in a St. James, Montego Bay, in which a man known as Biggs, don't know his identity, was seen laying on his back in a white t-shirt, red up, jean shorts, red up, no sorts of slippers, no sorts of shoes. I think that he tried to run for it. However, he was not fast enough. The assailants caught up to him and then they riddled his body. Now, people, you hear one of those good pedestrians on the road calling the po-po, and I am assuming that the conversation at the po-po station might have went something like this. The phone rings, po-po answer the phone. Hello? Yes, officer, I am reporting an incident. A young man is seen laying on the road. His eyes look like it turn over in his head. The officer then responds, touch him and see if him a move. Him DEAD. The lady responds, he is hardly moving, however, the fastest that you can get here. The officer then responds, well, right now, the car them up on the road, so as soon as we get some time, we are pretty much going to turtle rush over there and see what we can do, take it from there. People, unfortunately, this is the kind of conversations that take place in a lot of places in Jamaica. And this is probably the latest or one of the latest. As soon as I get some more pertinent information, I'll be sure to divulge ASAP. Point blank and period. Now, the next thing that is popping in the news is based on an incident that is said to have taken place in a Trelawney conflict. Based on the information that I got, is that the person that lost his life is probably the driver of that white Mark X looking vehicle that was parked in front of some sorts of business institution. It seems as if he was there to meet somebody. It seems as if that somebody came in. Unbeknown to him, that person was going to take him out. That person gently walked past him, went into the store, just to make sure that nobody was inside, no sorts of witnesses. He then came out and confronted the man that was seen in some sorts of shorts, look like polo. Green top, color shorts, and some sorts of fancy slippers look like Adidas, black and white stripe. Based on the information that I am getting, it is said that the man that lost his life is involved in all sorts of mix-up as it pertains to the lottery scamming type. The people that came for him more than likely are persons that he know, friend KILLERS. This man bit the dust. He was gone. It seems as if that person that took him out stood over him and blazed up a couple of rounds, make sure that he was DEAD. That individual then went to the vehicle that was parked in front of that business establishment and tried to get into the vehicle, which was a white vehicle. Apparently, he did not have the key. He then walked away, and the person that dropped off that person that was in the dark clothing, That person then walked into a vehicle that pulled up to the side and took away himself after he had taken away this person. So like I said, the assailant walked past the victim, went into the business establishment to check to make sure that there was no sorts of witnesses. However, he did not realize that the walls have ears. There were cameras mounted on the building adjacent or to the side of this establishment. That building, the video camera, the CCTV caught everything in Technicolor. There was also a next video that accompanied this video. However, this video was SHOT by somebody that came up on the scene after the incident took place. Take a listen, take a look to exactly what they have to say, and then I'll give my piece. So people, you heard what the passers-by, the persons that were there after the fact, they're saying, my God, away him couldn't do so. In this video, you could clearly see that this man not only got a couple of pieces in the upper torso, he also got a couple of pieces up in the head, in the cranium, in the nose. So this person made sure that he did the job. He took him out, made sure that there was no sorts of chances of any sorts of comeback, any sorts of reprisal. Made sure or what he thought nobody was going to see. But like I said, there were cameras mounted on the adjacent building, the building next to that business establishment. Hopefully the Popo can use this and see who these suspects are and put these persons in the righteous place. I am speaking about the big yard and preferably in the graveyard, point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news is an update of a very unfortunate incident that is said to have taken place in Trelawney, where it was confirmed that a 16-year-old student of the William Nibs High School, he was found DEAD, him head gone, one of him hand gone, one of the next hand gone. Persons were surmising that this was some sorts of shark attack, be it unusual, not a very regular occurrence. They've never seen anything like this. But we heard several fishermen saying that out of these waters, it is very dangerous. Them have all sorts of shark, whale, all sorts of sea creature, all sorts of monster. So therefore, you can buck up on anything. However, people, it seems as if the news that we've been getting might not have been 100% correct. Something into something. However, the Popo are now saying that, listen, there is no sorts of evidence to substantiate that this youth was actually taken out by any sorts of shark. So like I've always said, there are always 2 to 3 sides to every story. We heard from the father that was bawling that he warned him on several occasions. Don't go out there. It is not as if you need the food or you need the money from this fishing. But people, you know, say some little pitney, them head kind of hard. You heard the fishermen giving their views, what they thought might have happened based on the evidence when the body washed to the shore. However, there's a Popo side. So people, take a listen, take a look to exactly what this Popo has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
Concerns really surround the mutilation of this body, which is theorized to have been caused by sharks. However, I must state categorically that there is nothing evidential to support this. There are also concerns that the waters along the northern coastline of the parish are unsafe for swimming. I must say again that there is absolutely no need for alarm, and there's nothing at this point to indicate that this is so. Again, let me reiterate that the incident with this young man took place some 2 miles off the shoreline. We generally swim well within that. After consulting with marine interests within the region and local fisher folks, there have been no reports, absolutely no reports of any sighting of any sharks within the areas used for swimming.
16-year-old killed by shark, Uncle speaks out part 2.
Wrong. Then, Mr. Milton no go see. Mr. Milton no know nothing about sea. You might recall for a report, but people were not able, they never ever wet their foot. You hear me I say now, and my nephew, saying, and me go feel my sea. Even when me take up the body, me take up the hand there so, take up the body there so, the same shark will do the thing. Me see the shark, shoot off a shark twice. What they say, what you mean people chop off in head. Nobody not a few tell brother the shark attack you because he shoot a big fish. And the big fish when shoot the shark come feet. And in the process of the shark attacking the youth, if you get the fish, the youth get a cut and the shark will start eating from there. So what I say, when you stop talking, no fuck you for none about sea, man. Here, at 20 of the year, me I gotta see. No found the chat and I make comment. And no found no blogger some shit you want to go away.
Now, people, I am no sorts of crime scene experts, but something sounds a little bit fishy, literally, to me. Because based on the information that we're getting is that the family members or other fishermen found his wallets with his ID, found his bicycle, found other properties belonging to him. So therefore, we could come to the conclusion that yes, him went for go do some sorts of snorkeling, some sorts of spearfishing, and then he lost his life, might have drowned, it might have been bitten by some sorts of creature in the sea. But based on what this popo is saying, where this incident took place was about 2 miles out of sea. Now, people, that would be conflicting based on the fact that person said he left on Monday, the body was washed back onto the seashore on Tuesday. So the question that I have for this popo, how is it that you know exactly where this incident took place based on what you're saying? This took place about 2 miles out of the shore. Isn't that kind of weird? Because if you're going with somebody in some sorts of boat going 2 miles from the shore, then you would take your belongings, meaning your wallet, your identification, your possession. You would not leave it on the seashore. That means you left the seashore and you went a little bit out to do some sorts of fishing, some sorts of spear fishing. Now, people, when we listen to the relevant authority, and I am not saying that they have any sorts of reasons to lie, but me just say, what these people don't want is something that is bad for business. They don't want any sorts of panic, especially in a Trelawney, Falmouth, where it is said that there's a whole bunch of tourists, a whole bunch of cruise ship coming in. So therefore, it is bad for business if them say the waters are not safe and the tourists are going to get scared and people might not want to come back to Falmouth. So therefore, there might be some sorts of ulterior motive for lying or being in a full denial. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called Lucky. Him not DEAD, but he is in the big yard and rightfully so. If you look at the screen, the person that I am speaking about, government name Joseph Mackenzie, known as Jayo. He is said to be one of those persons that is a menace to society in the flankers area. He has been causing all sorts of chaos and catastrophe for a couple of years. The popo were looking for him. However, he became very hotter about a week or so ago when it is said that 3 persons living in a flankers got conned up. Out of those 3 persons, 1 lost his life, the next one was severely damaged, all sorts of lung injury. The next person was treated and released. Based on the information, it is said that on that Wednesday, there was some sorts of power outage in the flankers area. So the youths them decided that they were going to walk and get their phones charged. It is said that it is when Jayo and his friends roll up in some sorts of vehicle, blaze up the people. Information got out to the popo that, listen, Jayo strike again. The popo then decided that they are going to put a stoppage to it and also possibly put some sorts of stoppage to his hearts. It is said that they launched some sorts of operation, roll up on a place named Harvey Beach. When they roll up on Harvey Beach where the information led them, there was some sorts of chase. It is said that Jayo ran into some sorts of wooden building. The popo them surround him. It is said that the only reason why he did not lose his life is because the tool that he had was in some sorts of bag. When the popo hold on upon him and searched the bag, he had the tool, but there was no sorts of magazine. Now, I don't know if when he saw the popo and decided that he is going to take foot feet, him start to fling with the magazine, did not get a chance to fling with the tool that was in the bag. The popo hold him When the Popo hold him because it is a very busy thoroughfare, Harvey Beach, where there's a lot of tourists, that is the only reason why he did not lose his life, because of the people that is in the community that was begging. I said, please don't KILL him, and the fact that there was a whole bunch of tourists also present. Moral of the story is this: Jayo is lucky. He should be DEAD, but him they are the big yard. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, there's a very popular movie in the United States called Death at a Funeral. Well, people, this is a Jamaican version. This is called DEATHRMURDER at a Funeral. Sorry, the name of that show is Murder at a Funeral. I am speaking about an incident that took place in a Clarendon, where it is said that a businessman, government name Sherwin Williams, known as Baba, he was taken out by a brother-in-law. It is said that there was some sorts of disputes with some family members of a couple of BODIES 40 be specific that were brought in. There was some sorts of disagreement. It is said that the brother-in-law, who happens to be a JDF soldier, happens to be a licensed firearm holder, him wheel and pop off and blaze up Baba. Baba was taken out. Now, people, this is the history as it pertains to Baba and his family, specifically his sister. It is said that Baba and the family was working at a place called Witter's Funeral Home. However, they were getting mistreated. So therefore, Baba, being a very ambitious person, decided that he was going to start his own funeral home. The business take off. BODIES were coming in drones. It is said that out of that funeral home, he also opened some sorts of mini-mart in a place called Palmer's Cross, which is also in a Clarendon. So he had two successful businesses. So based on information that I am getting, because of this man's success, there was all sorts of jealousy, there was all sorts of covetousness, there was all sorts of strife as it pertains to his sister, and specifically the sister's man that happened to be a JDF soldier. It is said that the sister's man was robbing from out of the purse of the company. Baba and his sister would always have arguments about the money being stolen. However, the sister, because she is cocky confused, would take up for her man. It is said that of lately there were at least 4 bodies that came in. These bodies were supposed to be prepared for the final send-off. However, it seems as if the brother-in-law, the JDF soldier, licensed firearm holder, came in and started to thief money again. This was when some sorts of argument ensued, some sorts of verbal altercation turned to physical. This physical confrontation did not happen at the funeral home, it happened at the mini-mart in which this man owned. Based on what the soldier is saying, the man reached for some sorts of machete, some sorts of bill, and tried to rush him. That was when he wheel and pop off and blaze up the man. KILLING him. Based on the information that I am getting, this was no sorts of self-defense. This was MURDER in the first degree, because the man was complaining that he was being robbed on a couple of occasions and that he was robbed again. When these 4 bodies came in, don't know if these 4 bodies were from the victims of the Cherry Tree Lane incident in which 8 persons lost their life. But it is said that this might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. So pretty much this JDF soldier blazed up the man because of jealousy, because of the fact that he was stealing. And the man confront the sister and confront him, and them getting at them feelings. People, the sad thing is that it is a shame that a sister would take up for a man because of some sorts of cocky. So therefore she is going to put cocky over BLOOD. Sad to say that is the case in this case. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called the harsh reality of what taxi men, minibus men have to go through as it pertains to these extortionists or persons that are working with top extortionists. I am going to show you a video in which a man that is said to be a loader / extortionist is explaining what he is going through, claiming that the Popo is after them Andrew Holness and him friends and the relevant authority want to get him out because he is actually extorting. But he is claiming that he is not extorting, he is just a loader man. Take a listen, take a look to exactly what he has to say, and then I am going to give my piece.
Charge you, bus me load. You see it? Just imagine me load 100 bus at $100 one. You know how much money that? Because more than 10,000 bus there road, bro. You see it? I see people come on road like them better than we in our street, bro. A bus me load, father, means a loader, man. You see it? Bus me load and taxi. And if me load 100 bus or 100 car at $100 one. You know how much money that? Not even Andrew Wallace now go and see me. He might go send him police and soldier them to get rid of me. Because that them been a do. Send me an extortionist. Pour me, I set this, bro. You think I get this? I set this, Andrew, man. So let's tell the police them say, allow me make me survive. You hear that? Yeah, bro. Half a cheek, Crossroad, down a town. Boulevard, Mullines Road, Spanish Town. Ligani and Papin, girl them have to intervene. And say, Jano, the youth close clean. Leave we alone, man. You hear that?
So people, you heard exactly what this man claims. However, this is the harsh reality as it pertains to the transport sector, especially taximen and minibus men. If you want to load your taxi or minibus at any locations, especially at most garrison, you will have to first contact the person that is governing the place, meaning the Don, meaning the top extortionist. He will then give you the go-ahead that yes, you can go at this location for X amount per day, per week, per month. Well, actually, maybe every day or so is more accurate. You will then get the protection from his people, that is his people that he send out, meaning the top extortionists from whichever gang that represents specific areas. You get the protection, however, it comes at a cost, at a daily basis or at a trip basis. The loader men that you see, most of the time, they are not lone wolves. They are sent out by this Don. So therefore, when them collect, they then take that money, take their piece, and give the lion's share to the Don. So therefore, everybody have to eat. These people get a chance to go out and extort the taxi man, minibus man, and then they have to pay the upper extortionist that is the top man of everything. Now here's the worst thing about it. The relevant authority, the Popo, especially the Popo that control specific bus parks, they then in turn extort the extortionists that are extorting the loader men, that are extorting the cabbie. So therefore, it is a trickle-down effect, if you want to call it that. People, I don't know how people even do any sorts of business in a Jamaica. So that is why we see a lot of taximen losing their life controversially, mysteriously. Because if you decide that, listen, I want to revolt, me I go come out and talk up, your mouth is going to lead you to your DEATH. We've all seen this before. And this is why we see many taximen losing their life along Reddy's Road, along Spanish Town. That is because they did not want to pay. So the rules of engagement is pretty simple. If you want to play, you have to pay, or you are going to play alive, meaning BDEAD. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.